Hey everyone, this is Nate with My Liberty Homestead. Going to talk to you today about concealed carry, everyday carry. I want to try and get you guys, especially if you're on the verge of making the jump. You haven't done it yet, or maybe you have your permit, but you haven't bought the holster, or you haven't bought the gun, or maybe you have both and you just haven't made the transition. I want to talk to you today about some of the things I learned, and hopefully it won't get you hung up like they did me. I had my concealed carry permit for probably 6 months before I really started to carry every day. So I want to talk about those couple things that held me back, and should save you a lot of time and hopefully some money too. So first thing I want to talk about is to find a gun that suits you and that you have no reservations about. And tie them together. Find a gun that suits you. Being, does it fit your grip? Do you like the way it carries on you? Something that this is really important, especially the no reservations part. You can't go out with a gun that you don't trust completely. You have to have a gun that you wholeheartedly trust and you can rely on. I had a SIG P290 RS. It was a small little single stack 9mm pistol. I really liked it. Well, that was until I started to shoot it. The recoil for the gun was really unmanageable. It was really snappy, even though it was a small 9mm. It was still really hard to use and to get follow-up shots. For me, that was tough. The grip really wasn't as big as in the end, that's what I decided what I didn't really like about it, and what didn't suit me was that the grip wasn't the size that I needed to. I really like a double stack. Now that's personal preference, so you can choose whatever pistol you like. But after I started to use that gun more and more, it started to have feeding issues. It wouldn't fire, failure to ejects. If you run into those kind of things, that's definitely not a gun that you want to carry every day and that you want to put your trust and your life behind. Number two, find a gun that fits you. Now, what I mean is to actually literally find a gun that fits your size. Now, me, I'm about 180 pounds, 5'11", 5'10". So I'm about your average build. Most guys they're built like me, and to be honest, I don't really have anywhere to hide a full-size 1911 with a 5-inch barrel and a Picatinny rail and a flashlight, and all the other accessories you can throw onto it. But you have to buy a gun that's built for you, for your size. That's why you see a lot of smaller frame pistols for women, for like a Smith & Wesson Bodyguard in 380, or the LC9 or the LCP in 9mm or 380. So you have to find a gun that actually fits you. Now, smaller is easier to conceal. That's kind of the golden rule here. Obviously, the smaller it is, the easier it is for you to conceal on your person. But going too small, like what I mentioned before, for me, the grip on a single stack pistol for me just doesn't work. Now you have to find what that is for you. You have to find that special balance, and you could go and do entire videos about finding the right gun, finding the right grip, finding the right trigger, finding the right caliber. You can talk about these things till you're blue in the face, but until you get out there and hold one and shoot it, you won't know whether it works for you. So I would recommend, if you haven't decided on a pistol yet, to go out to your local sporting goods store, whatever is near you, and just go on a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning when nobody's there, when the cashier or the guy waiting the counter has some time to show you and actually really let you look at them. Maybe take a friend with you. Take somebody who really knows. Take somebody who really knows the guns, who knows what you may want, what you may need, and can try and mentor you and to show you what you really want. Number three, plan for a wardrobe change. For me, this was a big change. I wasn't ready for that. I wore the same type of clothes, for years. I still have the same kind of clothes. I had to buy an entirely new wardrobe to carry my gun every day. Now, for me, that just meant buying a pant size one size bigger and buying an extra size shirt one size larger. But that requires planning every time you go somewhere. It requires, buying new clothes. That's obviously an expense there. So plan for those kind of things. It isn't just buying a pistol and then buying a holster. Those aren't your only expenses. Then you have to plan for them as far as your wear and your wardrobe. For me, what I found that works really well, I just like this regular jeans, normally dark wash or light wash. It doesn't matter. I personally like dark wash. They seem to hide a little better. But heavy cotton shirts, black, dark, like a black or a dark gray, really work. They really hide the wrinkles that you'll get around your pistol during the day when you're walking around, and people can actually see the imprint. Now, the black really hides that really well. So I'd recommend some black shirts or some darker shirts. And that color preference is totally up to you, but that's just what I found that works for me. So you can choose anything. I wouldn't recommend the Under Armour or the Nike type material, that synthetic fabric. It seems to get caught, and it's always bunching up along the inner side of my gun, beside my holster. So like I said, I like heavy cotton shirts to kind of drape on the outside of your gun. That for me has worked really well. You may even need to buy a bigger belt depending on how tight you wear your belts. That's something else to think about. So these are just a few things to keep in mind. I want to keep this video kind of short, and we can delve into each of these topics individually and spend some more time. But these are just a few things to plan on, and a few things to consider before you want to consider concealed carry and concealed carry every day. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate you watching. If you would, please like and subscribe, and tell me what you think below in the comments, and I really appreciate it. Check out the blog over at mylibertyhomestead.com. Come see me and come see the rest of our videos. You'd really appreciate it.